Hey guys, welcome back to Stuff and Things. On today's episode, I want to do a little bit of a discussion on the current events happening over in Egypt. I think it's something we actually do have to discuss and just look at the implications, where the future could possibly lie for this really weird area of the world, at least to us, well, to me in my Western mind. Bunch of you probably already aware of this, but there was a sort of military coup just last week. Morsi, the rightfully elected president of Egypt, was deposed as per apparently the will of the people. The head of the military decided that the people did not want him in power anymore, or something went wrong with everything, and he was removed. Now, what's really weird about this is that instead of a normal military coup where the head general or one of his, peoples or whatever takes charge, no, he actually then just put one of the top judges in the country in charge. So basically just took out one rightful elected guy and put in people who were then chosen by those other people, because they are judges. Judges are chosen by the government. Now, there's a ton of reasons why the military decided they're going to do this. The main being, the military feels that they have a direct link to the grassroots kind of people. They are in direct support of what those disenfranchised, those part of that 20% unemployed people. There's so many people there who were involved in the riots back in the Arab Spring, as it's known as. They're the people who have been the most affected by all the crap that's happened into that country and that whole region. And so they're kind of trying to help with the little guy, I guess. Weird for a military in that kind of area of the world. So you could almost see, if you wanted to think, and I'm sure what the United States is kind of thinking, that this was not in fact a military coup. In fact, this was just part of the democratic process over there. This is how democracies work in the Middle East and the Near East and all those eastern places. We don't understand. We have different democracies over here. Not to say ours is perfect, lots to fix in our democracies, but clearly this is not really how things should be done. Unfortunately, looks like we're kind of stuck in this situation, because with the Muslim Brotherhood possibly being completely out of power, all of their power base gone, we're stuck with the second most powerful people, which is the old regime supporters. So either, if there was elections held right now, it's probably just going to be a redo of what happened before. And the reason why we're even here where we are today, the Muslim Brotherhood already had an extensive power base. They already had lots of contacts, they had a huge network built up over the years, because they actually had to be a very secret society kind of thing. So they already had all that put in place. The people the rioters and the people involved in the Arab Spring, who they want in power, are only just getting started and getting involved in the political process. There are no parties. I mean, there are parties, of course. I mean, you could just say I'm part of this various party, of course, but there's no actual true opposition that really meets to the people's needs. I mean, who the people generally support, and one or two people, or however many political parties they want to get this thing involved with. There's no strong, clear opposition. So we're just going to go around in circles until that gets resolved. I mean, that's really the main stumbling block. They're only really trying to figure out how an actual true democracy works, or maybe they want to try something else, a republic. And they've been living under the shell of a democracy for so long. People have had so little influence, but now that they actually do have the tools, the abilities to do something, they really don't quite know how to get this started. You have a very old, very corrupt, very set in stone system, and the only way we're going to see anything out of this is, unfortunately, we just need time. We need to get things going. We need to get dialogue started. We need to actually have parties built up. There needs to be all those wonderful things about democracy that make it so wonderful, arguments and debates, and really hashing out what needs to be done to meet the needs of the people, because this is the most important part. If they don't satisfy the needs of the people, we're just going to come back to it again. There's going to be more riots, the military's going to step in again, and they're just going to get rid of the old guys again. And of course, because things cannot be, any less complicated, you also have to consider foreign affairs. Turkey, Iran, and the whole situation in Syria really do complicate things. Both Iran and Turkey have publicly stated that they are in support of the Muslim Brotherhood, and through them Morsi, and that they feel he should be put back in power because he was elected. Of course, those guys don't get to say much, because those don't count as democracies. Come on, Turkey and Iran, come on. And of course, Syria. The Syrian rebels are supported by the Muslim Brotherhood. So we have crappy tyrannical president in charge who needs to get rid of, and then we got the rebels, who, if they get in power, they're probably going to be more Muslim Brotherhood stuff, which then we're going to probably just have more riots and more revolutions. It's very tiring. I mean, even just trying to conceptualize all this and even see a possibility of where the future could lie. The only way I see us getting this resolved is a little bit of time. I don't really want any Western stuff getting involved because we tend just to screw things up when we touch stuff. We're just really bad. But if they want us over there, sure, but don't go in uninvited. We could really screw things up there. And this is something we don't want to screw up, because this is hopefully being true democracy and true freedoms to everyone, away from any sort of tyrannical government, whether it be a secular tyrannical government or a religious tyrannical government. That's part of where the thing lies. We're dealing with Islam, people, and Christianity. Not good. So guys, I'd really love to know where you think this whole situation is heading. Do you think we're actually just going back to the old regime and the old wonderfulness, and then we'll have another revolution, it'll just keep revolving? Let me know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen. Of course, if you like what you've seen, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, wherever they may happen to be, and we'll see you on the next video.